Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Courageous Conversations. And I've got the lovely Melissa Magson with me today. And she is the founder of Connected York, which is a fantastic app that keeps everybody connected in their local area. And it's up to date, so you know exactly what's going to happen. Anyway, I'm going to hand over to Melissa in a moment, and she can explain a bit more about that. But the idea of these courageous conversations is really to give you an insight on the journey that some of the ladies that attended my last Courageous Females program have had since they've been on the program, because I think that's the most exciting bit. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Thank you for coming today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, and I think first of all, could you maybe share a little bit about your business and what you do and what the business is? Because I think that's really helpful.
Yeah, sure. So I do have two businesses. I'm a graphic designer by trade, if you like. And out of that, I kind of worked with a marketing consultant in the village where I live. And we got together one day, we were working on a project and realised that there was stuff going on in the city that we didn't know about as residents. And we'd missed something quite big, like a biking festival or something. And thought, oh, well, why didn't we know there should be something for residents where we can find out what's happening? So we came up with the idea of Connected York, and that's where it was born, really. So it's an app to help residents, particularly, or visitors to the city, find out in real time what's happening, so you won't miss out on those events or a new shop or a new bar or new restaurant that you all want to know about. It's about finding them and seeing them and discovering them. And also, as a local, I mean, we all like to be tourists in our own city and find that new, cool, hidden away little gem. So it's about finding those as well.
Yeah, I love that. I love how that came out of just an idea that you had.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. Just from a discussion, and it was very much a ping. You know, why has nobody done this? Well, we could do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It took a long time in the planning. It was certainly like a year of research and planning and deciding whether to do it. But sometimes I guess it's that gut feeling. You just think, yeah, we're going to go for it. Let's just do it and see where it takes us.
Yeah, and where has it taken you?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster of a ride, but I suppose what you have to remember is anybody running their own business always has that anyway. But it's quite easy to get sucked in at the down times and think, oh, this is why have we done this? This is terrible. But it's such a high and low, isn't it? Because you do have those highs where this is amazing, it's the best thing we've ever done. And then you suddenly, the next day, even you can drop down and go, oh God, this is awful. This is terrible. It's all going wrong. But yeah, it's been a great journey overall. We've certainly learned a lot. I've never done an app before. So from a design perspective, I've done the whole user experience design, which has been fabulous to learn. I've learned a lot from our developers, the software developers. They've given us loads of input. And those kind of things, you're kind of learning new skills all the time. You don't realize you are until afterwards, and you go, oh my God, we've just launched something in the app stores. It's there, anybody can get it. I didn't actually care at that point if anyone ever used it. It was just like, oh my God, this is such an achievement. And you do learn such skills along the way. It's amazing.
It is, isn't it? That's something that just came from an idea that can take you in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
But then you learn so much. And you're right, we forget that. You know,
Yeah.
we end up where we thought we were going to end up. And I think we get a bit hooked up on that bit. But
Yeah.
appreciating that, oh, I've gone on this journey and I've learned so much and I've connected with all these different people and I now have all these different skills. Focusing on that can be really, really useful, can't it? Really help.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, when you do a job like mine, and as a graphic designer, you do have different things going on all the time and different types of work, but it's still design at the end of the day. So you still got a process that you go through, you still got skills that you use. Whereas I think when you're completely out of your comfort zone and you're doing something new, yeah, it isn't until you've done it and you think, oh my God, I've learned so much. And actually, you're then thinking, where will this take me eventually? You know, the app might become something or it might not, but those skills that I've learned along the way will always be with me, and I can transfer those to so many different roles. And that's quite mind-blowing in itself, I think.
Yeah, it totally is. So we've known each other now for just about a year.
Yeah.
And you came to me because I ran the Courageous Females program last year. So what was it about the program that attracted you to it?
Well, I think at that time, I'd seen your adverts kind of popping up and I'd seen the information coming through, and I wasn't entirely sure what it was. I think the title kind of grabs you straight away. You think, what's this? And it was about becoming a courageous female. It wasn't about already being one, although you probably discover that you are one. So that intrigued me. And I think at that time it was when the pandemic was going on and we were at a bit of a low point and thinking, well, I don't really know what I'm doing or where I'm going, and everything seemed to be going wrong. And I guess everyone felt the same, but you just hit a bit of a wall and think, I don't know what to do next. And I just thought, I remember it, I was actually cleaning the shower thinking, I feel so annoyed and so upset that this is not going how I want it to go. What can I do? Andrea, why don't I just contact Andrea and find out about this course? Because what have I got to lose? It can't be anything, bad to join in. And that was it really. And thank God I did.
So what did you expect?
I don't know what I expected, if I'm honest. Very much an open mind joining it. It wasn't knowing. I mean, I'd never heard of the 3 principles before, so I didn't know anything about it at all. And I think even after the first session, it was like, oh my God, this is a whole new new thing I've never thought about. But it was a bit of a revelation, I have to say. A lot of what you said and what we went through, it's so simple, but it's just something that you don't consider. If you've never heard of it, it wouldn't enter your head, if you like, to think about it. And it's just, yeah, it has changed everything that I do, I would say, after that.
I was going to say, what impact has it had? What impact has it had?
Massive. I think it's changed all my, well, I was thinking about this today. It's made me become me, if that makes sense. I feel much more comfortable in myself. I don't feel like I'm listening to all those opinions of other people. I'm not listening to the thoughts going on in my head. You hear them, but you can push them away and think, this is not me. I'm quite happy being me, and I am who I am. And it's given me that confidence, if you like, to be me. And I don't want to say it's given me confidence, because I already had it, but I think it was that you took too much notice of those thoughts and those opinions of other people, and that I've probably listened to my entire life, if I'm honest, from family, from friends. And you label yourself a bit, don't you? And you think, oh, well, this is me, and this is me, and this is me, but deep down it isn't. Yeah. And you're trying to prove people wrong all the time, but actually I don't feel like that anymore. I'm quite happy in my own skin. I'm quite happy to talk to people as me. I don't feel like I have to put on a show for anybody. I don't temper down what I want to say. I just feel completely different.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it has been. It has been.
Yeah.
And then also I think it's changed my outlook on other people. So I always thought I was quite empathetic and compassionate, but I think that's certainly deepened over the last year. So I can totally step back and think, actually, this person's angry, but it's not at me. And I don't have to take that personally. And I can think what they might be going through, and that actually there's a reason why they're behaving like that, and it's nothing to do with me. Whereas before, I think you can be, oh, they might be going a bad time. There's no reason to speak to me like that. Do you know what I mean? You kind of step back a little bit and feel like, okay, we'll just leave that. I'm not going to get into that. I still react, and I still have those moments where I had one yesterday, if I'm honest, where you do go, but then you can notice and think, why have I done that? I know what's happening here. I know that it's not about me. And again, just that noticing changes the way you are and the way you feel and how you are on the inside.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, have you noticed as well any impact on your business and how you are in a business context?
Yeah, I think it's made me realize that I have got a voice, and that what I say is just as important as anybody else's opinion. I think in terms of worrying about work and whether work's going to come in or whether it isn't, I have learned to relax a little bit and think, oh, do you know what? If I've got nothing on today, this is quite nice. Let's just do some other jobs. And everything's always all right. There'll always be something that crops up or something that comes along. Maybe not as much as I like, but given the circumstances of the pandemic, you know, it's to be expected. But I'm not panicking about it. I'm fine, and I'm fine the way we live. We don't need anything. And, you know, we're very lucky. We've got whatever we need here, and I don't need to worry. I think that's always been a big thing, is I'm not doing well enough. I'm not successful enough. I'm not getting the work in. I'm not, but I don't feel like I worry about that like I did at all.
It's amazing, isn't it, how much pressure we put under ourselves, like, you know, on ourselves without even realizing.
Oh yeah, immense. And I wouldn't have said that I did until doing this program. And then you realize that, oh God, yeah, I do that. I will say, well, you know, you compare yourself to other people who may be in the same role, and you're thinking, oh, well, why are they getting all that work and I've got nothing, and mine's rubbish compared to what they're doing. And yet I don't feel like that now. I'm quite proud of the work I do, and equally you can look at someone else's work and go, oh yeah, that's amazing. I don't feel threatened by that. Everybody's got their own strengths and unique character, haven't they? And I think you have to just go with it regardless.
And I mean, I've personally found that really quite empowering,
Yeah,
because you spend so much time comparing yourself to other people and thinking they're doing so much better than you, and you know that you're not doing as well, and you have all of those narratives, and to just be released from all of that and really
yeah,
embrace what you're good at and what you've achieved, and appreciate what other people are achieving, and just know that you're okay.
yeah.
It so much thinking just like goes out the window, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And I've said this to you before, you feel like a weight's been lifted. It's like, oh gosh, why have I felt like that for so long? I'm worried about all these things for so long. When you actually look at yourself and feel as you, and you're quite content, really, that's all you need, isn't it? I just feel so much lighter. I feel so much different. I can't really explain it completely, but it is a feeling.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's really important. I mean, when we look into our businesses, to have that lightness when we're operating in our business, because we take that same worry, don't we? And fear and comparison and insecurity, and to have that more content, confident, resilient feeling within us, I find that we make better decisions. And
Yeah, definitely. It definitely comes across. I think I've noticed recently things that have happened and conversations I've had have been a lot easier and a lot less stressful, and I'm not worrying about what I'm going to say, or it just comes out, and you know, it's almost quite surprising. It comes out and you go, oh yeah, I do know what I'm talking about. Whereas normally you'd be planning what you're going to say and plan how it's going to come out and try and fine tune everything. And yeah, I don't feel like that anymore.
yeah, that's good. It's so lovely to hear how much you're trusting yourself so much more.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I do. Um, yeah, I think that inner wisdom, it's not, I think when you explained it on the course, you totally get it and you think, oh yeah, there's been times when this has happened and I can remember those. But to know that it's there all the time is a completely different thing, and to actually realize that and think something will work out. You don't need to worry, just let it settle, do whatever, do what feels right, but it will be okay. And that's a massive weight off, a massive comfort to know that's there for
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, and I think that's the beauty of it, that it isn't business related or personal life related or relationship related. It transcends through everything
Yeah,
that we face as women, and and enabling us to really show up confidently in ourselves, knowing that we're okay, knowing that we've got everything that we need, that we have this incredible intelligence to rely on,
Yeah,
is just so empowering.
it is. It really is. I just hope. I think about my children and I think, oh my God, they should teach this in school because it would make such an impact on their lives. We were talking about this the other day, weren't we? That you almost can see a point where you turned from being that child that listened to your intuition and did what felt right, and you had this amazing life and just went with whatever was happening next. Whereas you can sort of see a tipping point where it goes the other way as an adult almost, and you think, oh, that is so sad that that has to happen. I don't want to see that in them. I'd like to see them continue in the same way, and because you get so much more enjoyment out of life.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree. But there are some organisations that are taking this into schools, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, that would be good.
Because yeah, I agree. I think it's so important. So, is the program something that you would recommend to other women to go on?
Yeah, I have definitely recommended it to people. I just think for like me, if you've never heard of the three principles, just to listen to that and hear all that goes on within that, it's just so mind-blowing. And I can't explain it. So you have to sort of say, just do the course and you'll get it and you'll feel so much different. You can almost see people, can't you, that are going through what you went through. I think there is another way. I can't explain how it works, but there really is. They do look at you a bit nuts when you start trying to explain it. So I do think, no, you just have to take that leap almost and go for it. You've got nothing to lose.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much, Melissa, for joining me today. It's been lovely just talking to you, and you know, I remember talking to you like a year ago, and the difference, you know, just in your, you know, in your face and everything. It's just wonderful, really lovely to see.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
and
thank
thank you.
you. Without you, I wouldn't be here, I don't think. As in, looking quite so cheery.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And if you're listening to this and you would like to find out more about the Courageous Females program and where to sign up for it, then the link is in the comments in this video, or you can message me or find out more information on my website, which is andreamorrison.co.uk. And thank you very much again, Melissa.
Oh, thank you.